welcome. We're going to take 30 minutes. This is going to be a fact-filled show and tell of all the great new features of CRM 2015. As Mark stated, it was released here in the last quarter. I think it was December, and it is currently available. We're seeing our clients, all of our new clients online are transitioning directly to it. Many existing clients on previous versions are scheduled to be upgraded in the next 3 to 4 months based on Microsoft's schedule and their work schedule. And we are seeing new clients on-prem also start implementing 2015, and have a host of our clients in the upgrade queue. They usually wait about a quarter before they upgrade their previous version. So let's get started here. On the slide, I've got a number of bullet topics here that we're going to go through kind of quickly, but these are probably the salient new exciting features in 2015. I'm going to go through them one at a time. I'm also going to jump into CRM when appropriate and kind of show you a little bit more instead of talking. But the first item, Dynamics Marketing. This is an enterprise SKU and add-on. It's developed by Microsoft, targeted towards larger firms, but they're quickly coming down market with it. So this has a lot of new capabilities in terms of planning and email event planning, email blasts, tracking events, collaboration between sales and marketing. So a lot of clients we've worked with, we would typically recommend an ISV product called Click Dimensions, which is more tactical and more execution based for the clients we typically work with. But we are seeing this Microsoft version quickly coming down market. I'd say in a couple releases it may eventually take over the functionality of some of those other products. But right now those products are the only ones that do what they do for small to mid-sized companies in terms of event planning and sending marketing emails and social marketing. On to social marketing, the integrated social listener. This was released in the previous version, and it's enhanced quite a bit here in the 2015 version. And in essence, what this does is it will allow you to, put some keywords or phrases into this connector that will go out and listen on the internet through all the social media channels. So you can listen for competitors or your brand, any marketing, things that you're doing out there. You want to try to get the scoop on what people are saying, good or bad, and you can kind of get a sentiment, right? You can get are people tending to say positive things about my brand or my competitors, or are they saying more negative things? So very interesting new technology that's been implemented. That also is part of an enterprise SKU, but if you're an online customer, you can get some listening capabilities with your online subscription today. Guided sales process. So I'm going to jump over here to CRM. In the 2013 version, they released a new concept, which was called the business process bar, and that capability works great. If I can get my mouse to work here, right? Works great for things like opportunities, lead generation, case management, and this new feature offers you the ability to have this chevron set of bars on the top here, which represent your process. So this is an opportunity. Typical, qualified, develop, propose, close. And within this process bar, it allows you to tailor it to put a couple fields here that are required fields or fields that you need the sales team to do or make a decision on to kind of move the process down. In essence, it helps keep things on the rails, on the tracks, and lets you move through a more predictable process. You can have conditions that happen here that would turn things on or off, or hide fields, or calculate, and then you can progress to the next step. So this was available in 2013. Some of the enhancements in this new version, you can do split or branching processes now. So we had a client that had really two sales processes. One was a more complex sales process that had 6 or 7 steps, big dollars, team selling, it's 6 to 9 month sales process. And then they had a transactional process. Someone would just call up and want to order something, and they had maybe 2 steps, single person in that process. So this new feature would work great in that scenario, where you could just kind of say this is a transactional process versus a complex sale process, and have the process bar switch dynamically for you. Product families. So product families all around inventory and SKUs, lots of new enhancements here, too many to really drill down deeply on, but want to take you over here into products really quick and show you some of the new things out here. Probably one of the biggest enhancements is the ability to have bundles and product families, so you can create hierarchies with the products. You can have substitutes, the ability to do upsell and cross-sell with these products and their properties. You can wrap pricing levels around each one of them. So in the end, you really empower, once you build it, you empower your sales team and marketing team to go out and sell the right bundled product at the right price to your customer. So there's a lot of really nice functionality in here, and if you can imagine, under the Microsoft scenario, they've got millions of SKUs and product bundles and discounts all the time on bundling different things and having a discounted price on them. So you can do a lot of that with these new product enhancements. Sales hierarchies. So sales hierarchies are brand new in this version. And there are a number of hierarchies that I'm going to go into. There's a visual hierarchy, which we'll get into in a minute. And the sales hierarchy actually allows, for the first time in CRM, where you can visually represent your org chart. So you can do that by the manager. So when you create users, you would typically in the user setup select the manager of that person, and then that person's manager, and that person's manager, and so on and so forth. And you could build out your hierarchy representation that way. Or you could set up an org chart by position, and under the position, you can tell which positions report to the next position. So let me just jump in here real quick. And here's what we just talked about. This is a new setting under security. You have the ability to enable the hierarchy modeling, and again, you can do a manager level or a custom level. And in this scenario, I think I've got 2 positions set up, a president and a consultant. And so the consultant reports to the president, and that would be represented through the hierarchy. So this offers a couple of interesting features. One, you can visually see the hierarchy, but one of the more important is it allows you then to wrap the security model around the hierarchy, which you couldn't do before. And we've done a number of customizations to try to replicate this. So this is a great new feature. So if you have a sales manager now who has 10 direct reports, that sales manager will have read rights, read capability privileges to all the records that the 10 reps underneath that person have. And so that'll work all the way up the hierarchy. So now you don't have to do crazy customizations to get the security to work right. They kind of natively will fill out with your org structure, if you will. CRM for tablets. So new release of the CRM for tablet. I'm running this on my Windows 8 machine, Windows 8.1, so it replicates the tablet features and functionality. So whether that's an iPad or a Windows tablet, the experience is pretty much the same. You've got a different look and feel here. This is really designed for the salesperson in mind. So some of the new features here are you can take some data offline and work on it, which you couldn't do in the previous version. You also have the ability to have some more extended dashboard capabilities. You'll have some of the hierarchy capabilities that will also roll in here. So let me just take a quick look at an account, and I can pull up my AdventureWorks account. And you see the 8.1 kind of look and feel here. You've got your tiles of contacts and opportunities. You can drill into that. And the user interface is a left to right scroll, so you can scroll all the way across. And here we can see other accounts that are part of this hierarchy. You can see Coho Wines here actually has, I did want to click on that just that way, but now that we're there, it has a hierarchical representation. So if you look at AdventureWorks, AdventureWorks has a number of companies underneath it, one including Coho Wineries, which then has a number of companies underneath it as well. So, you know, this is a great new interface here for the reps. You have your dashboards and all your activities, your opportunities. If you needed to create a new activity, the quick create capabilities here to just make an appointment and jump in here and put it in. This is just fabulous. All the dashboards will update, all this information updates in real time, so very, very efficient for a sales rep that's using this. I glanced over the other hierarchy, and that was one of visualization. And so now there's the ability to actually see things visually, from accounts to contacts to users to products. And so as an example here, I can grab my AdventureWorks. Now in the toolbar there will be a View Hierarchy menu item. And now I have the ability to see things graphically. And so my organizational chart here is Datum, Pine, and Blue Yonder all report to AdventureWorks. And then I also have Coho Wineries, and it has a number of companies that are underneath it as well. So each of these little tabs can be completely customized. If you're familiar with customizing the CRM forms, they customize in the same way. So you could roll up open cases or number of opportunities or total revenue. You can substitute pictures here for the user, so on and so forth. So very nice feature to visually see complex hierarchies if you have accounts that are district and region and divisional, big corporations, and you have a distributed sales team that are working on all this. It really helps simplify this by making it a little more visual. CRM for Windows Phone. Unfortunately, this is only Windows Phone. I know there's not a ton of those out there, but the Cortana, which is the iPhone Siri equivalent, is now CRM aware. So you can actually be on your CRM for mobile phone and ask it to open up an account or to create a CRM task or a contact or an appointment, and it will create that for you. So pretty neat technology, unfortunately just for Windows Phone at this time. Enhanced SLA and case management. So in the last version, 2013, I think it was the spring release, there was a fairly large enhancement to case management in CRM. Aside from this, there is also, like the marketing enterprise piece, there is a case management enterprise piece which was a recent acquisition by Microsoft of a company called Parature, and they are working on integrating those packages together, but very high-end, multi-channel input case management. If you have such a need for that, that's definitely worth looking into, and the integration is getting stronger and stronger with Dynamics CRM. But on the specific case, I wanted to jump in here to service management under settings. So this will give you a decent idea of the number of things that have changed if you've been in the screens before. You now have routing rules. You can do email to case out of the box now and create your own rules to make that work. You have the concept now of parent and child cases and case creation rules. The add of service level agreements and entitlements, very powerful, and new enhancements to that. So you can track almost any SLA you have now and associate KPIs with it. So if you have a guaranteed 1-hour response and a 4-hour resolution, you can put those in, and when the case is created, you can have timers and see the timers that are running for those. You can send out early warnings if you think, or if the system thinks you're not going to make the 1-hour or 4-hour, and you can set KPIs again for all those, and then have success and or failure alerts when you meet or do not meet your SLA. Entitlements in terms of different service levels, the typical bronze, silver, gold, and with response times, with contracts and fees associated with them. Your holiday schedule. So a number of really nice new features that are playing into the service side. And just to jump real quick into a case, this isn't set up specifically for an SLA, but to show you some of the changes that have come with this new functionality. So you now have your entitlements. You can have case relationships, merge cases or similar cases that could be found. Your enhanced SLA, here's where you would have your KPIs and your timers. And if you had social connected up, you could have some social KPIs and indexes coming back as well. So very exciting there, very powerful. So miscellaneous enhancements, search. This is one I'm sure everybody complains about in the older versions of CRM, but being able to search across multiple entities. You can do that now. You'll see at the top, we now have the search capability here at the top bar. We also have advanced find now that's up on the top bar. So here we could search for, say, Coho, and it will find contacts and accounts that have Coho in it. So you can search up to 10 entities, and you can configure which 10 entities you want this global search to search around. So this is a great new feature here. Quick Create has been in the product for a while, but they did do one little enhancement. For example, if you're doing a quick create on an account, and on that account here, you design this form to put the minimal amount of info in so you can quickly create it. If I had a child contact that I needed to create along with that, it would typically open up another window, but now I have this new button here, and it'll simply repaint the pane here, and now I am on the contact quick create. So to create those nested account contacts, you can do it very quickly now in the quick create pane. Business rules. So business rules are something that was added in 2013, and business rules, if you're familiar with the JScripting that a lot of folks do on the back end to make things work, I'm on an account screen and I want a field to disappear when a value comes in, or I want a multiplication to happen between this field and that field. All that can be handled now with business rules. And so business rules, I'm going to group a couple of these together. So calculated fields, business rules, roll-up fields. I'm going to take you real quick and show you some of the new settings that are in the system. We're going to go a little bit of a deep dive here because it's the only way to show how these are done. And I know a few of you out on the call here have been in these areas of CRM. So if I look under account, first of all, you'll see now there's a new hierarchical setting. So where applicable, you're going to see this on the entities, and this is how you would configure those little squares that you saw when we showed the accounts and what fields go in those. Here's business rule. So under a business rule, it's a kind of a new way to program the form. And I'll just pop this up real quick. You enter a name. One of the new features now is you can have conditional rules. So before you basically could just have a condition or an and condition. Now you can have if-then conditions. And so my condition might be, when the account name is equal to some value, right? And when that happens, I want you to do some action. So I can show a message or set a value in a field, make the field required, lock it, hide it, right? Certain things like that. So you can do a lot of the things that we used to have to do with JScript on the form now using business rules. And you can have as many business rules as make sense on a form here. Usually 10 to 20 is starting to push the top end of it. Messages, I didn't mention this, but new in this version as well, you could have custom help. So here we can put custom help strings in. So when the user's in a particular area, you could have your business language pop up when they're looking for guidance and help on something. I'm going to jump into fields real quick here. I'm going to show you a new concept, also typically accomplished through some custom coding, and that is the idea of calculated fields and roll-ups. So now there's a new type of field. So if I pick a number here, I can have a calculated field or I can have a roll-up field. Okay, so a calculated field is going to allow me to basically do any number of calculations. It's going to pull up a little calculation wizard. I won't bore you with that. But say you wanted to, common things that we almost always customize. On an opportunity, you want to see weighted probability, right? So that is the probability times the estimated revenue. Simple little equation. Almost every customer does it. So that now can be done on your own with a calculated field. Roll-ups would be something where you have a parent-child relationship. So if you had an account that had opportunities underneath it in a subgrid, you could use the roll-up on the account or the parent to aggregate anything that's in that subgrid. So say you wanted to see what was the total number of opportunities per customer. You could do that. Or what's the total pipeline per rep for their opportunities, or how many opportunities does each rep have? So those types of things can be done using the roll-up calculations, and those run through the async process and get summed up on a nightly basis. And you could time them to be a little shorter, but those are some nice new features, again, that we typically program around, but now they are out of the box. All right, so that kind of takes us through the high level of some of the big changes that are in this version. I want to talk about a couple other quick things. Here we go. Let's talk about upgrading. If you're upgrade scheduled, and you'll be upgrading sometime in the next 6 months. If you are on-prem, then your requirements are you you need to be on CRM 2013 Service Pack 1 to upgrade to 2015. You also have to have SQL Server 2012 or 14. You have to have Windows Server 2012. As you can see, discontinued products here, Windows Server 2008 and 2008 R2, SQL Server 2008, Small Business Server, Windows Vista. All those are being deprecated and discontinued at this time. We've done a couple upgrades through our experience and through our research. If you're on 2013 Service Pack 1, this is more of a technical upgrade than the upgrade from 2011 to 2013, which had substantial schema changes and architectural changes. So this upgrade process is a lot easier if you're on the current version, and we're seeing good success with that so far. Wrapping things up here, wanted to share a couple things. One of my passions is trying to get people to think outside the box. I am a huge advocate of the concept of XRM, meaning kind of CRM for everything, and not thinking about it only in the context of sales and Salesforce automation and marketing, because it really can do so much more. So some of the projects I'd like to share, some of the great work the team's done with some of our clients, showcased in the last couple months. Built a customer portal. I'll show you kind of a snapshot of that in a second, but a complete self-serve client care portal where you can come in and look at your cases and submit cases and resolve them, upload attachments, and it's all connected in real time to CRM. It's a really nice product. A couple really interesting Excel extensions to CRM, and I'll take you through a quick minute tour of one of them. But one of them is a Excel-based quote import tool that we built for a client, where you can import quotes from some big PC manufacturers that are long and complex, and trying to get those into CRM was burdensome in the past. This makes it a lot easier. A mass update tool, and a handful of utilities to do everything from cloning quotes to opportunities, a workflow scheduling tool that allows you to batch schedule workflows to run at certain times. And another trend we've been seeing as well is a number of our clients kind of migrating from Microsoft's online platform to our private hosted cloud. A lot of times it's mainly we can get a better monthly cost on that service, as well as better performance and less rigid upgrade cycles. A number of clients have had issues with being forced through the rapid continuing upgrade cycle, especially if they're heavily customized and use CRM very heavily in the organization. They want to upgrade maybe once every 18 months, not twice a year. So quick screenshot here of the portal we designed for one of our local clients here, and this turned out really, really nice. And let's see, I will take you through one last quick tour, and then we'll let you get on your way. Here's an example of a quote in how our import tool worked on this. So I can restart a process here. This is all embedded into Excel. It's grabbing the opportunities directly from CRM Online. I'm just going to make a test project here. Pick a partner, choose a revenue category, and here it wants me to select the header of this quote, which we'll do, and select the body of this quote, which we'll do, and hit next. And this is I believe this is a Westcon quote. I can't remember which one this was. Let me see. This one was the blue quote. So if this works for me, I might have picked the wrong template there. This takes all this information and grabs the comments, throws all the comments over here in the comments, and basically stages this up for kind of an intelligent look at, you know, I want to mark this up from the unit cost, say 25%, and it highlights here and tells me I marked it up higher than my suggested list price, but I can see my margins and my revenue, and then with one click of a button it uploads in the CRM. So pretty neat stuff. The team did a great job building that out, and saves the client a lot of time in dealing with this. So we've reached the end of our time together. I hope everybody got something out of this. I know this was quick, but I know your time is valuable, so wanted to kind of make it impactful and get you as much information in as short of a time as possible. Feel free to reach out to me directly or anyone on our team if you'd like to dig deeper into any of these new features, or if you have any scenarios you'd run by us, how we'd help you solve them, then by all means. So thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Safe travels home if you're not there already.